Ed, and thank you for having me along tonight. It's really, really great to be here. And good evening, everyone. How are you all doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah? Awesome. As Edward mentioned, my name is Mariane Barakat, and I am legally blind and a woman full of vision. And I am an emerging motivational speaker and mentor. I haven't always been blind. I did lose my sight at the age of 23. And I'm here today just to share with you my story and my journey and how I've overcome all the challenges in a positive way. And through my life experiences and my education in personal development, I found my purpose and my passion, and you can call it a calling if you like, which is working with people who have disabilities, helping them to move forward and actually getting them to realise that they do have choices and that they are able to live a life that's full of purpose and it's full of quality. I'd just like to take you back a little bit. I was diagnosed at 4 with diabetes, type 1 diabetes. I met my best friend at the age of 10. We got married at the age of 23. I was a preschool teacher because of my love for children. Everything was going perfectly. Life couldn't be better. I was getting ready to start a family, and then all of a sudden life just turned 360. Everything just went to a halt. It was in 2003. We had just gotten back from a honeymoon a month prior. I was back at work, and I was walking outside holding a tray of cups for the children. And out of nowhere, I just felt a burst in my right eye. And I thought, oh no, this can't be good. And the best way to describe it is, you know when you're watching a horror movie and you see all the blood trickling down the walls? Well, that's what I could see from the inside. Me being me, excuse me, I've got a cold. I pushed on till the end of the day. And from doctor to doctor, we found out that it was from diabetic eye disease, retinopathy and hemorrhage due to a medical negligence from a prescribed medication I was given from a specialist, which we later found out wasn't suitable for people with diabetes. A couple of months later, it was almost Christmas, I almost completely lost the left eye in the same way, which put a bit of a downer on Christmas, but we got through it. A few years later, after in and out of surgery, I've had over 60 operations, in and out, not being able to move, being bedridden for years at a time. 3 years later after that, because of so much surgery, I went in and had another procedure done, and I came out and my right eye just shattered completely. It had enough, it given up, and it just shattered. 3 years after that, my husband decided he'd had enough, and he picked up his stuff and said, I'm leaving. And I just remember thinking, please don't go, please don't go. Because 2 days prior, my mother, who was my rock and so was my husband, was diagnosed with cancer, and my dad was interstate at the time. So I was left dealing with my husband leaving, looking after my mother and caring for my nephew because my brother was obviously interstate. But picked myself up, did what I had to do, and again, got through it. I remember there was one time where, it was just one where I actually had a meltdown, the only time. And it was a couple of months after we found out when it first happened. And I found a report on my dressing table. And at the time I still had a bit of vision left, so I got my magnifying glass and my glasses, realised it was from my doctor, and began reading the report. Now at this stage I was told that it was going to be a long road ahead. And I just kept thinking, this is going to get better, this is going to get better. And in black and white, it said, condition irreversible, and I just looked at it and I just went, I just froze. Here I am thinking it's going to get better. And I gathered myself together and I took a piece of paper to where my husband was at the time, and I just said, I looked at him and I said, irreversible? And he turned around and his face was white. And he just said, I didn't want to tell you. And he said, you didn't want to tell me. And I remember going back to my bed and sitting on the edge of my bed, and I just lost it. To the point I was in tears where I couldn't breathe. And I remember going into the bathroom, locking the door behind me and just slamming my back on the tiles so hard, the whole bathroom just shook. and I just collapsed onto the floor in a ball, in my own tears. And my husband just continued trying to open the lock, and I just wouldn't answer, and eventually broke it. And he carried me as I was off the floor in a ball. And he put me in his lap on the bed, and I could see the helplessness in his eyes. He just wanted to help, but he couldn't. And I was still in tears, and I was rocking back and forth, and I remember just saying, please don't let me live in the dark. I don't like the dark. Please do not let me live in the dark. I don't like the dark. And eventually I fell asleep. And I remember waking up the next morning and I thought, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'm blind, but if I don't want to live in the dark, I don't need to. So from then on, things just picked up. And when I lost my sight, everything just went uncertain. Everything that I knew just turned. Who am I? What's just happened? Where do I belong? What are people going to think? What happens next? It was just a whirlwind, and I knew nothing, and it was as scary as hell. But once I understood that it was okay to be uncertain, it was okay not to know, it was okay. And being Christian, I just put myself in the hands of God, and my faith and my spirituality just evolved to a whole new level. And I began to see things, and I began to feel things within myself and other people and the world around me that I don't think so people ever get the chance to experience. And let me tell you, viewing the world by feeling is just a whole ballgame, completely different. Being able to embrace that, I was able to go through that dark tunnel, and I got to the other side. And when I did, I was that much stronger, and I knew where I wanted to go, and I had that much clarity. And that just gave me a sense of calmness and a sense of peace. And it just gave me the strength, and it gave me the understanding to actually stand here today and create the legacy that I'm trying to create. And I've always been a bigger believer in where there's a will, there's a way. And because of the beliefs that I believe about myself and about life, and because of the decisions I made, is the reason why I am where I am today. And my beliefs about life is an experience. And anything is possible if you just believe that it is. And having those positive beliefs, it encouraged me to make choices that help me to learn, and they help me to grow, and they help me to experience and to live. But most of all, it helped me to be myself. And I mean, think of it this way. Would you rather be sitting in a room, stuck in a room, letting fear hold you back? Or would you rather take the world face on and live your life? I mean, I know which one I choose. And I've been asked that question time and time and time again. How are you still so happy? And I just say it's simple. And my answer is the same every single time. Why would I choose to cry and bring myself to a state of depression when I can laugh, when I can live my life and I can enjoy it? I mean, life is all about decisions. It's all about, everything we do is about decisions, and the decisions we make bring us to the life that we live in right now. And I was actually asked not long ago by someone who's here in the audience tonight, what would be the first thing I would do when I get my eyesight back? And I'm guessing you guys will already know the answer to this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Absolutely nothing. Except grab a pair of car keys and go for a really long drive on my own behind the wheel. Man, that would be cool to do that again. But besides that, absolutely nothing. I'm who I want to be. I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm around the people I love, and I'm living life the way I want to live it. Why would I want to change that? And I'm at the point in my life where I'm grateful for this experience. And I can honestly say that I am grateful for losing my eyesight. Now, you guys are probably thinking, oh my gosh, she's crazy, she's nuts. But I'm honestly grateful for losing my eyesight, because I wouldn't have experienced the world the way I have, I wouldn't have grown the way I have, and I wouldn't be standing here right now doing what I do if I hadn't. And it's all about, I mean, my disability does not define who I am. It's not who I am. It's just a vehicle. It's just one of many, many, many parts that make up who I am. And it's all about acceptance. It's all it is. It's all about acceptance. Once I was able to accept the reality of the situation and really accept it for what it was, my life just started becoming, it started becoming what I wanted it to be. And why? It was because I believed that I deserved it. Excuse me, I just got to get a bit emotional when I start talking about stuff like that. It's because I believed I deserved it. And by accepting, and I mean, doors started to open. Doors started to open for me, and my life just came to life. And by accepting, I don't walk around saying, I don't see myself as like you, right? I can do things just as well as you can. No. It's about accepting, it's about the truth. And the truth is I am legally blind. And the truth is that I need to do things differently than most other people do, but I can still do them. And the truth is that I'm capable of doing anything I want to because I believe that I can. And that goes for anybody in this room. That goes for anybody in this room. And I'd like to take you back to a little story that brought me to where I am today. I actually walked into my doctor's office one day after coming back from a trip in America. And he said to me, sit down, I need to talk to you. And I was like, oh, have I forgotten to pay a bill? What's going on? So I sat down and he said to me, I've been talking with the doctors overseas. And I said, okay. And he said to me, we've all decided, he said, we all agree that you're a champion. And I'm just going. And he said, the day you walked into the surgery, he said that the first time I saw you, he said, I didn't think you were going to make it. And I said, what do you mean? And he said, I've seen enough diabetics coming in and out, and I've seen people that have made it, people that haven't. He said, and I could tell you were a sick girl. And he said, I didn't think you were going to make it out alive. And he said to me, you're still standing. And he said to me, I know you've been searching. He said, you've been searching for so long, trying to find a way to get your eyesight back. And he said to me, it's enough. He said, it's enough. He said, you need to put it to the side. And you need to live your life. And he said, technology will come to you when it's ready. He said, I've seen so many people coming in and out of surgery, and he said, they look sick, they act sick. And he said, you can't tell anything. He said, you have a gift, and you need to share it. And he said, out of all the people I know, he said, if anyone can make a difference, he said, you can. And he said, I believe it from the bottom of my heart that if anyone can make a difference, you can. And he said that you just need to get out there and you need to live your life. And I sat back and I just went, wow. Coming from someone who I love and respect and have held in such high regard for so long, and here he is telling me that he's got this much belief in me. And I just walked out of there and I just thought, you know what, if he believes in me that much, I said I owe it to myself to believe in myself as well. And I made the decision right there and then that I would go out and I would make a difference. I didn't know how at the time, but I knew that I would. Now going back home, being Middle Eastern, my parents love the Arabic channel. You know, for me it gives me a headache, I'll turn the damn thing on, just turn it on. But that day I was just drawn. For some reason, I was just drawn to that TV. And out of nowhere, they had a young man my age, also had juvenile diabetes from the age of 8, and had lost one eye due to diabetic retinopathy, just one. And my heart just sank. When I was watching this documentary, the music was as if you were at a funeral. The man was an artist, he loved art, and he gave everything up, he'd given it all away. And the sadness and the pleading in his eyes just shattered my heart just dropped to my stomach. He had a little church that was 2 doors down from his place. And that was the only thing he'd do every day because it was the only place he knew where to go. He would walk down 2 houses, play the church for 2 hours, and then go back home and just sit there for the rest of the day. And I just went into tears. Not But for him and for thousands of others like that, society made him believe that his life was over. He had lost one eye. He was a young man in his prime, and society was making him believe that he's over. And the sad thing was that he believed it. And right then and there, I thought, you know what, this is what I need to do. This is it. I need to be someone that these people can reach out to. I need to show them otherwise. I need to go out and show them that these people do have choices, and these people can live their lives. They don't need to sit, they don't need to be shoved into a corner. And this is why I'm here, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm hoping to take it all over and help many people, I'm sure in the same situation as myself. But that goes for anyone, and that goes for everybody in this room. I know you're all here tonight for your businesses, but it can be in your business, it can be in your relationships, it can be personal, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. And I don't care whether you're disabled, whether you're able, whether you're tall, you're short, you're fat, you're thin, you're black, you're white. I mean, you could be green with purple polka dots, I don't care. If you believe that it's possible, you will get there. But at the end of the day, it's your choice. Are you going to take a stand, or are you going to take it lying down? I mean, life is limitless. You are limitless. And you just got to believe it. So,
that's amazing. Give her a hand. That was brilliant. And just what I was just going to say as well, I think that was amazing. I was very connected to it. So, if we've got time for 3 quick questions or points of commentary from Marianne. So Marianne, have the microphone, so please just shout out the questions if you've got some good questions. So there you go, Marianne. So questions or points of commentary. You, sir, yell it out nice and loud.
I have 2 eyes, and I'm man, and I'm tall, strong, and everything. And I have so many voices in my head. Like telling me, oh, life sucks. Oh, I haven't made enough money this week. Oh, like I don't have any friends in this city. How do I shut down the voices?
well, you know what, so to me, like, it's just your ego. What can you do to change it?
I don't know.
You've got to decide what's making you happy and what you need to do to change it.
Okay.
That's what you need to work on.
There you go. That was a mind-blowing answer. There you go. There you go. Stay up all night thinking about that one, sir. All right. Second question or point of commentary. You, man. There you go.
Who have you been in contact with to help you on your journey?
In terms of my personal journey or in my business journey?
Both.
Both. In my personal journey, it's been a lot of loved ones and a lot of friends. My doctors have been there, and I've met a lot of amazing people on the way. I've lost people, and I've made a lot of contacts along the way. In terms of my business, like I said, I'm just emerging. I'm in the process of contacting a lot of organisations at the moment to do some speaking with them. At Ed, obviously, brilliant Ed. So, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. And one more quick point or question. Who have we got? Don't be shy. My lovely boss, Jude. Shoot.
So how did you feel the first time you stood up and did public speaking to a room that you couldn't see?
How did I feel the first time?
Well, guys, I may as well share this for you. This is actually Marianne's first ever public speaking gig. Now, be honest, and I've watched this before. Who thought it was her first time public speaking? I didn't. No. There you go.
Be honest. Mark, you're not included.
No.
Be honest.
And I think that's a testament to Marianne. This is her first time public speaking, and she did it like a pro. I know people who've publicly spoken for years that can't do that. So I think it's a testament to strength. So I think you should give another hand. So well done. You've done well. You've done well. So there you go.
Thank you. Can I just say, guys, if anyone's got any more questions, I'll be hanging around for a while, so please feel free to come and say hi and have a chat. It'll be great.
Excellent. All right, grab a seat. Thank you, Marianne.